Standing Chimney is open this Saturday, June 5th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Go to standingchimney.com for directions and the 2023 calendar. And second, we've added a brand new Suns Out, Buns Out shirt to our TeePublic store. Search Mary Mac Bakehouse on teepublic.com for all our designs.
Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Mary Mac. Today we're making loaded baked potato salad, which is as good as it sounds. I had this a long time ago at a picnic, and I've wanted to make it forever, and then I'll do something else every time. Oh, I'll make it another day or whatever. So finally, I said, that's it. I'm making this loaded baked potato salad because I had these really good potatoes. They're like a knockoff of Yukon Gold, which cracked me up, but they're called yellow potatoes. But
Yellow potatoes?
It's written in the same font as they write Yukon Gold, which I was dying in the store. I'm like, seriously? You couldn't come up with a better name than just yellow? But they're really good potatoes. So I thought, oh, those would make good loaded baked potato salad. So here's what you do. And this is also, there's going to be some side tips in here that you're going to go, oh, it's a good idea. You have to bake the potatoes. Now, a lot of these loaded baked potato recipes, the loaded baked potato salad recipes, don't have you baking the potato.
How is it a baked potato salad if the potato is not baked?
Don't even ask me. I was laughing. I'm like, okay, you have to commit to this. Baked potatoes taste different from not baked potatoes.
Their whole thing is that they're baked.
There's a different flavor to them, though, because they're like steaming inside of foil.
Yeah.
And even like microwave potatoes do not taste like baked potatoes. So what you want to do is get 12 medium-sized potatoes, remove any bad spots, just cut them off. It won't hurt it at all. Scrub them really well, and then you're going to wrap them in a piece of foil. You don't have to use a giant piece of foil. And also, you'll be able to reuse your foil after this, so you're not wasting a ton of foil, okay? So scrub your potatoes, wrap them in foil, put them on a baking sheet, and put them in the oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour. But you want to use medium-sized potatoes. If you have a real big potato, cut it in half, because it'll take so long to bake, you know. You're going to bake those for an hour at 350, and you want to cool them completely in the foil. Now, if you're making baked potatoes for yourself, this is your big tip here that I like to do. Separate the shelves in your oven so that you can slide your potatoes in and bake them while whatever else you're making is baking. So you can get your potatoes prepped, scrub them, wrap them in foil, put them on a cookie sheet or a baking sheet, and just stick them in the oven, and then make whatever else you're making and forget about the potatoes because they're just going to cook. You want to cool those potatoes completely in the foil. So when I knew I was going to be making the potato salad, I got up in the morning, I got my potatoes prepped and put in the oven, and that gave them several hours to cool. And I just put them on a cooling rack, a regular cooling rack, in the foil. Don't take them out of the foil. Let them cool in the foil because they'll also continue to bake. It'll hold the moisture in and it keeps them very nice. Once your potatoes are cool, you're going to cut those up into about 1/2-inch cubes. No bigger than 1-inch cube. You don't want giant cubes of potato in your potato salad, okay? Leave the skins on. You're not peeling these. You're going to leave the skins on, cube them up into a large size bowl. Now, in addition to your potatoes, you need 1 cup of mayonnaise, a 1/2 cup of sour cream, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, about 16 scallion or green onions. You know, the onions that are very small and thin and they're white on the end and they have a long green stem. You need about 16 of those, and you need the green stem. You need a pack of bacon. Most bacon comes in a 12-ounce pack now, and that's as much bacon as you need. 12 ounces cooked and crumbled bacon, and that's about 1 cup. So if you want to use bacon bits, don't use imitation. But if you want to use bacon bits, you need about 1 cup of bacon bits. And then you need 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. So what you want to do here is you've got your potatoes in there. You're going to mix your mayonnaise, sour cream, salt, and pepper and beat them until they're mixed really well. Set that aside for a minute. Now you're going to chop your scallions, take the root end off, and clean any wilty looking greens off. And then you're going to chop the onion and the greens to a kind of a small chop, all of the 16 scallions. It comes out to about, well, you don't get a ton out of them, but you get about 3/4 of a cup of scallions, maybe half cup, depending upon how big they were. Chop those all up, put those in with your potatoes. Now your bacon. You can bake your bacon in the oven, as I've said before. Put your oven on 375 degrees. Lay your bacon strips out on a rimmed baking sheet and bake them in there for about a half an hour, 45 minutes, until the bacon is crisp, nice and crisp and done. You don't have to burn it to a crisp, but you want it to be done so that you can crumble it. Drain your bacon really well, pat it with paper toweling, and break it up in small pieces. You should have about a cup of bacon when you're done. Like I said, if you want to use bacon bits, you can just buy packages of bacon bits, but you'll probably need 2 packages to do this. And you need 1 cup of shredded cheese. So you've got your scallions, throw them in with the potatoes, throw your bacon in with the potatoes, throw your cheese in with the potatoes, and then scoop your dressing on top. You don't want to stir it in a strong way to break up the potatoes. You just want to fold it over and over until they're all well coated and everything's pretty well mixed. And then you want to cover this and keep it in the refrigerator a couple of hours or overnight so that the flavors can meld. Overnight is best. So if you're going to a picnic on a Saturday, you want to make this on Friday, keep it in the refrigerator overnight. It's really good. It's really good potato salad. Also, resist the urge to put more seasonings or anything else into this, because it's my husband's like, it needs something else. And I said, no, it doesn't, because it's supposed to taste like a loaded baked potato, not like regular potato salad. So don't put in chopped eggs. Don't put in pickles. Don't put in relish. Don't do any of those things that are not in a loaded baked potato. And you will love this. It's very, very good potato salad. Now, here's another tip. If you want to make this vegan, it's so easy to make it vegan. It's basically just substituting vegan items for items in the recipe. So you don't even have to do anything special. You're going to use a cup of vegan mayonnaise. You're going to use a half a cup of vegan sour cream. You're going to use a cup of shredded vegan cheddar cheese, like Follow Your Heart. I would use Follow Your Heart. It's the best one. And if you want to have the bacon flavor, remember when we made the smoky maple pecans and cashews to use as either a snack or a topping where you would want to use bacon bits? They're great in this. You just make your one recipe of the smoky maple, either pecans or cashews, whichever nut you choose. That's from episode 127 of In the Kitchen with Mary Mac, when we made the loaded baked potato soup. And if you're trying to watch your cholesterol or fat or whatever and you want to use the nuts anyway, I can honestly tell you they are super good in this because they're very crunchy and they have a ton of flavor. So if you would prefer to use the smoky maple nuts, they're really good. So there you go. This is a very, very simple vegan substitution recipe. So if you're having family over and they don't eat meat, they eat vegan, or they have dairy issues or whatever, substitute and make this loaded baked potato salad vegan. And I'm telling you, it'll be a big hit. So this was a big hit at our Memorial Day picnic. Everybody really liked it. Even people that don't like this sort of thing really liked it. So this is a very, very good recipe. Just remember, bake the potatoes. Don't cheat. You got to bake the potatoes because it adds so much more flavor. That baked potato, you get that when you're eating it, and it's very good. So I hope you give this recipe a try. It's not very difficult. It takes a little bit of time, but it's not very difficult, and it is well worth the effort.
And make sure to check us out online on Facebook at Mary Mac Bakehouse, on Instagram at Mary Mac Bakehouse and Mary Mac Podcast, on Twitter at Mobile Mary Mac, and on our website, marymacpodcast.com.
Thanks a lot for listening if you did, and if you didn't, too bad for you.